Steve Gamache with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product video on the Masakage Yuki Bunka 170mm knife. This line of knives is a core steel of Shiogami R White No. 2, and the heat treat rating on that core steel is about 62 to 63 Rockwell. The construction of this knife is a stainless cladding over the top of that White No. 2 core. So the stainless cladding has that kind of pear mottled finish to it, and you can see the edge steel right there, the core steel. The weight on this is quite light at 4.2 ounces, so it's a very light knife. The blade length is just under 170 millimeters, and the overall length is about 12.3 inches. The spine at the base, since these are hand-hammered knives, is a little bit thicker right here at almost 4 millimeters, but it tapers down as you go towards the middle and then the edge of the knife. And where you've got the point that comes down here, the slope, the grind is actually quite thin at the edge right here. Let's put it over here. So it's very thin right at the edge. The spine, or I should say the blade height at the base, is about 47, a little over 47 millimeters right here. And the handle type is their standard for this line, the oval, ambidextrous magnolia, and red packerwood ferrule handle. And the handle circumference is a standard 3-inch circumference. Masakages have their signature curved choil neck area right here. Nicely finished, smooth on both sides. Great finish to this knife. It's got your hand chiseled kanji in it, which is their signature as well. And the edge on this is very, very thin. It's ground quite thin at the edge, thinner than many knives I've even held. So it's extremely thin right at the edge. And there's the profile of the knife, which is slight little bit of belly to it, not quite as flat as a nikiri would be. The other characteristic of this knife is the tip that points out and juts out. You have to be a little careful with that in the kitchen as far as being delicate, but this will let you do some very detailed prep work on smaller ingredients. So quite the knife. To me, this feels just like a food scalpel, if you will. The balance on this knife is right about just perfectly on the pinch grip, and it just feels very light and nimble in the hand. So slightly different type of knife, but really beautiful example of a useful smaller knife. This is the Masakage Yuki Bunka 170mm.